Episode 184, The Journey Bracelet. We're excited to start a movement. Truly, there, in my experience, has been many different systems in which the salsa world is training their students. And we, based off of all of the criteria, for those of you that have been loyal listeners to this show, a criteria, a system, a methodology, a mindset in which we have found a tangible way in order to be able to track real progress, tangible progress. This is over the experience of 20 years that I and my team have gone through lots of research, conducted over several waves of instructors, constantly receiving feedback from them, their students, students in general, and we have made it real in the form of a bracelet. And I actually have mine on right now, and I figured that this would be a great opportunity to be able to discuss a little bit about how each of these milestones, at least in my case, how they went about being completed, at least from my perspective. So every single one of these, figure it to be like a Pandora style. Every single one of these beads represents something in particular. So I'll actually go about discussing every single one of these with you guys, which is I'm excited to do so. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Miami Salsa Cruise. That's our annual event, a 7-day live salsa music every single night trip that we're always super excited to promote and talk about, as it's an absolute blast. So we hope to meet you in person if you are not in Miami, at least on this amazing, your favorite Latin dance getaway. Thank you to mydanceshirts.com, constantly creating new, fresh designs for your enjoyment on the dance floor. And Mr. David Rosenberg of Rosenberg Law. This is not possible without all of you. So thank you. So these milestones, essentially, there is many different levels, perceptions of complexity, of what is considered to be advanced versus experiences that we go through that really allows one to level up. And this is not from necessarily a what I'm physically capable of doing versus the mindset that we've evolved into because of our dance experience, who we've become as a person because of what dance has taught us. And there's certain milestones, 12 in particular, which I'll talk about every single one here shortly, that kind of gets you to reach a new frame of mind that getting to the next level is so much easier simply because you're in the right mind frame or in the right mindset to be able to do so. This may seem a little loose currently, but it's going to make all the sense in the world shortly. So 12 steps. 12 steps. The first one being success. Success on the dance floor, on the salsa dance floor, in the social dance floor, if you would, is to be able to share the music with somebody. For those 3, 4, 5 minutes, that you are able to connect with that individual through the music, that you are able to keep your timing, quite literally, that you are able to keep your timing from A to Z. This is what earns you your first step on that journey, which is success. And every single one of these has engraved on it the actual step itself, a virtue to remind you of who you are and what you've accomplished. So the first one is that you are a success. You are a salsero or salsera. And of course, this carries over. I actually have here right on the app, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So it's kind of like a reminder of virtues of who you are and what you've earned. Not given, but earned. So as you know, for those of you that are new or recently knew, or if you remember back in the day, how difficult that first step truly was, to be able to calm our mind, to be able to listen to the music, allow it to flow through us, to be able to connect via that singular language, which in this case would be salsa or any other social dance, honestly. And you'd be able to connect with somebody, whether you know them or you don't, and share that mutual experience together, which is absolutely beautiful. This makes you a success. We actually have that physically represented in a little bit of a larger form in the shape of a crown pin. So all of our students in our classes, they come to class, for those that have received their crown or have danced a song completely for those 3 minutes, that they come wearing their crown proudly, as they are officially a salsero, a salsera. Because as you know, if you can dance one song, you can dance all night long, because all night long is just a repeated series of one songs. So if you can do it once, you can do it again. So kudos to all of you, all of our members that are currently listening. You have your crown, or that you're able to keep time and you have it. You're not a part of the organization. Well, by all means, which, by the way, I'll make a wonderful announcement with regarding to this movement at the end of this episode. So stay tuned. So that's the first one. The second one, a huge one, which many don't even get to this second step, which is such a big deal. We call it courage, right? So first you're a success, and then now it's, what's the next level? The next step is to actually do this outside of the classroom. One thing is dancing in the studio, in the lab, under prime circumstances, right? With the music perfect level, with all the space in the world, right? Another thing is to put on those shoes, put on that shirt, put on that dress, do your hair, for those of you that do your hair, right, ladies? And actually do the thing that you learned in real time on the battlefield, right? Per se. Of course, we're having a blast in this process, but it can definitely be nerve-wracking. So in order to put yourself or get yourself outside of the comfort zone and get yourself to a place where others are doing the same thing as you, and you become part of this, a part of the dance floor, you become part of the party. You are contributing your awesome energy to the room, to the club, to the social, you name it, to your family party, versus kind of just sitting down on the sidelines. So in order to do that and represent that courage and to take that step, is a big deal. So kudos to all of you that have made that step, and represented bravery or courage, and actually got outside of your comfort zone and made that happen. And then you'll see that there's definitely a common denominator with every single one of these steps, that is definitely getting outside your comfort zone and growing through this process. Third one, huge. And these are all, again, big, if you would, like memory saving, memory that it triggers a memory, a core memory in the salsa journey, every single one of these. And the third one being when I got my first pair of dance shoes. Like, I'm officially legit, if you would, right? I've committed to this. So we call this step dedication. Dedication that to your dance, to your growth, so that you can not only just do this for fun, but to your training, to your growth as a dancer, as a person, in embracing this hobby or your career, if that's your goal. And that's something that's a big deal. Another really large step towards whatever those goals are, but committing to that. The same way that bowlers get their bowling ball and get their bowling shoes. For the dancers, the same thing. We get our dance shoes for whether it's our training or whether it's for our choreography, for our competition. But we've shown through physical action our dedication towards this, which is awesome. Again, kudos to you. For those of you that have your own pair of dance shoes, and that includes dance sneakers, by the way, but an actual physical purchase, a manifested realness in your commitment and dedication. Fourth one, I already think that these start to become difficult very fast, and you'll see, because many, I would say even most, have not done this. We call this the humility step. There are way too many, I mean, even dare say instructors, that have not learned the importance or the realness of the differences in roles when it comes to social dance follows. Have you led? Are you still complaining about the leads when you haven't done it yourself? Leads, are you still telling the follows what to do when you haven't followed ever and known what that challenge really is? This is a step in humility. And again, there's many, I'm sure, that are completely against us when it comes to this ideology. This has nothing to do with gender switching. And no, this has everything to do with learning and respecting the other side. This is not something, I want to permanently become a follower, permanently become a lead. No, it's just taking a step and understanding what it's really like to experience you. Are you humble enough to realize how much you have to grow still? This is a big deal. It's a big deal. And doing this early on, step 4 in this 12-step journey, truly unlocks another side of the mind, one that is humility, and one that's very, very important to move forward when it comes to growth. If we're not humble, which I've spoken in a previous episode, if we're not in a mindset or in a spirit of humility, there is no growth to be had because we truly, genuinely believe that we have it all figured out. When there is another side of the universe that you haven't even explored yet or haven't even touched, or even worse, don't care to. I challenge you to go about making this happen for yourself. One song, dancing is the other side. It doesn't need to be complicated. All you need to do is to keep your timing. I would say that more follows have danced as leads because kind of like dancing with girlfriends, if you would, is something that's a little bit more common, of course. But that's generally the idea, is really getting the concept of being able to lead someone else from A to Z. And the other way around is calming the mind and allowing someone else's energy to flow through you and enjoy it and experience that and what that's like. Can be genuinely fulfilling and freeing, liberating, if you would. Step 5, representing confidence. One thing is to be courageous in the moment, moving when we are afraid. And another thing is to be confident and to say, I got this. And to have that self-assurance to enter into a competition. Enter. Just enter. To get yourself vulnerable enough to put yourself in front of others, regardless of results, to get yourself out there and to grow in that moment, because that's exactly what happens. You are forced into a position that you've never been in before, and it's time for you to go. And this is totally, totally awesome, especially coming from someone who's competed and watched many others compete before. The stars that are in their eyes, right? That when that ends up happening, of course, nerves are going crazy, right? Normal, natural. But there's two very real things that happen there, right? We can forget our name when those lights hit you, totally normal, or you completely done better than you've ever done before. And you really get to know yourself in that moment, right? And let's say you forget your name. Do you forget your name momentarily, bounce back and come stronger? Do you shy away, right? What does that say? What does that say about ourselves, and how do we respond in those moments? These are all truly part of a very large self-discovery process that this beautiful thing called dance gives us the opportunity to be able to do so. So entering into a competition, if you haven't done so yet, find a local competition, get yourself involved, even if it's next year from now, even better. Contact your local dance instructor, get those private lessons going, and you will be surprised that who you become on the other side. Step 5. Step 6, passion. Passion is defined by our willingness to sacrifice for something else. Our passion. This is represented, at least in our system, in our journey, attending a multi-day salsa event, something like a Congress or our Miami Salsa Cruise. Here, we're able to see that this is so much larger than just our 4 walls in your local studio. Being able to share the dance floor Share a multi-day event, share a weekend, possibly even a week of other fanatics just like you, and to share that energy with others that have not only dedicated themselves, but have sacrificed something, because these are generally higher ticket items, these types of annual events, right? If they're making that purchase, right? Of course, we all work hard for our monies. If you make that sacrifice towards making that happen, then you are part of a certain group that has represented physically that you really enjoy this thing. This is really awesome. And to be able to dance with someone else that shares that same passion as you do is definitely unlocking and bringing you to the next level. And again, I think my first Congress probably was Miami Salsa Congress. Actually, I believe it was possibly 2015 or even earlier than that. And it was something I'll never forget, right? All the workshops, all the parties, the shows, of course, kind of seeing how everything is run. And of course, it's like all these people. If you're attending your first Congress, we're naturally assuming that many of the others, probably about half, this is not their first Congress, so that there's others that have done this before. So it's definitely eye-opening in that sense, and definitely something that's kind of stays locked in the memory. So making that happen for yourself definitely represents passion towards that specific niche, and this one being our salsa world. Then we have 7 through 12. This is when it starts to get complicated. Before I go into that, this movement that I'm referring to, this is not any longer. And for those of you that are watching and or listening, this is for you. We have the Salsa Kings app, in which all of our members need to upload proof of each of the completion of these milestones, whether that's a selfie at a party, whether that's them next to their dance shoes, whatever the case is. We will send you a journey bracelet with the appropriate steps on it, each of them engraved with that step that represents you and those milestones that you've accomplished. As you do that, we will send you your journey bracelet for you to wear proudly. This is something that lasts forever. You can shower with it, etc. And it's kind of like a reminder of who you are, what you've done, and what you've sacrificed towards this thing that's so special to you, which is la salsa. Yes, so I open that and I invite you to go ahead and make that happen. Go ahead and download the Salsa Kings app. You'll see post down at the bottom, and you can go ahead and submit your videos for our team to review. For example, for like the success one, if that's that first one that you just started your dance journey, go ahead and submit that 3-minute video to us so we can go ahead and make sure that you were on time the entire time. And again, of course, you can resubmit as many times as you'd like. But these are not participation trophies in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And we say that proudly. Everyone that is on that post list, which you'll see, has completed every single one of these steps successfully. So I invite you to go about doing the same. Again, go ahead and download the Salsa Kings app, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, number 7. Yes, we absolutely love casino. This is the base of our organization since 1998. So number 7 is leadership. Leadership, that would be to call a rueda de casino. Calling a rueda de casino successfully. That does not mean shout orders and expect everyone to do it. That's being a boss, a tyrant. We're talking about being a leader. We're talking about connecting with the team, making sure that everyone's on the same page, recognizing where everyone is at, and leading with enough of a pre-lead, if you would, if we're going to get specific, to get everyone on the same page from A to Z. Leadership. Submit a video into the app. Go ahead and show us that you're able to lead una rueda de casino, calling that out correctly, leading your team towards a shared, fun experience, and you can go ahead and earn that next step. So this is, again, lots and lots of fun, but always, whether you're in an organization or not, if you're on your dance journey or you're taking classes at your local studio, definitely the goal is to be able to have something to look forward to when every single time you take a class, that you're heading towards something. versus, oh, I'm just going to go and I'm going to unwind. That's, of course, always great. And I think initially why we always start. But for those of you that, again, it kind of, okay, we're having fun now. Okay, is there more? This is for you. This journey is for you. So, step 7, leadership, call out Rueda de Casino. Number 8, big one, presence. Being here in the room that you're in, listening to what you're listening to, looking at what you're looking at with intention. Do a performance on stage. A performance on stage forces you to be present, or at least is a wonderful exercise in making this happen. Because the second that you become not present is the second that you blank out or forget your name, as we mentioned before for the competition. If you have not done this, guys, it doesn't need to be salsa. Getting up in front of a crowd and making yourself in a position of vulnerability to express yourself and show who you are and what you've got for their entertainment. No other reason. You're not going for points. You're not trying to win a competition. This is literally for the sake of doing a performance and practicing presence. You doing this earns you your presence step. My first one, I was actually lucky, and I would promote this idea to you if you have yet to make a performance or do a performance, is to record my first performance or my first choreography, if you would, was for a music video or for a video. Actually, for the Salsa Kings promo. You can actually find it on our YouTube, by the way, if you want to go ahead and check it out. I think the YouTube video is called The Salsa Kings Promo. I believe that's what it's called. I think I'm 19 there. Go ahead and check it out. Me and my old squad. Lots of fun. But we ran it over and over and over. And we're doing this for the video, which I believe is a little bit easier, right? Versus, of course, having a crowd of people in front. Then later on, which is also on our YouTube channel, we did a performance for Miami-Dade Wolfson campus here in Miami. So it was a college that hired us, our artistic department. They were having a Latin Day event, and they hired us to do a performance, which just so happened to be the one that we were doing for the video. It was 3 couples in the video. I think we ended up adding a 4th for that show, which was amazing. It was absolutely awesome. But you definitely, if you want to compare those videos, you'll definitely see the growth there. That's for sure. As I believe that was 16, 17 years ago. That kind of makes me cringe as I say that. But that's my story with regards to my presence step there and how that got accomplished. Definitely, again, a very, very core memory in my journey. So if you haven't done that, again, that is certainly another very, very humbling experience. And that definitely takes you to the next level in a very tangible way. So step number 5, confidence, was entering into a competition. I think we know that there's another real step there, which is to win a competition. This requires a whole other level of preparation, mental toughness. Very rarely do we enter into a competition and win the very first time. So you coming back with a vengeance, if you would, with a presence, with an intention to make this happen, and to really allow yourself the opportunity or the loss to motivate you to dedicate yourself to that win. This would be earning your victory step. To be victorious, to overcome, I think is something nowadays, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I feel has been lost. There's so much data. There's so much information nowadays that it's like, if you're not amazing the first time you try something, everyone is just giving up. It's sickening. I genuinely can't stand it. And I say that because me personally, and this is Andres Fernandez coming from the heart here, I'd never won anything. And I guess shout out to my big brother, Adrian Fernandez. I am recording this on April 1st, 2025. Today is his 39th birthday. Shout out to him. I love you, brother, if you're listening. And I just constantly grew up, obviously, with an older brother competing. We were Fernandez, so we compete like crazy. And I learned to love the process of growing every time I played, because playing with an older brother, I would always lose. By default, I would always lose. And this exercise of mental toughness truly has shaped a lot of what we have today. I possibly wouldn't even be on this microphone recording episode 184 for you guys. So thank you, Adrian Fernandez. I love you very much on your 39th birthday. I am who I am because of you. Thank you. This victory step is a representation of your ability to overcome and to reach something that you never thought was possible before, even when you just earned your success step and you just danced one song for the first time because I just want to have a good time. And so I challenge you, make that happen for yourself, and you'll be surprised at what you can become if you truly set your mind to it. That is step number 9. Number 10, excellence. Excellence. The root word of excellence is excellent, meaning to excel, to be better than the normal, if you would, to go above and beyond, to excel, to score 105 on your state exam. I don't know. Excellence. Standard success, if you would be dancing with one partner, with dancing with one follow. Excellence would be dancing with 2. I genuinely believe that if we leads and follows, or ladies, I should say, are able to dance with a lady, dance with a follow, because I think we can all agree, ladies, you love to dance. You love to express yourself. Leads or salseros, if we can invite 2 ladies to dance, if we can offer that rock for 2, then we have truly excelled. If we can offer a good time, not to just 1, but to 2, then we have truly excelled. And again, this doesn't need to be complicated in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is merely to dance one song, and you're able to put a smile on 2 others. This is what I like to call excellence. So kudos to you, for those of you that have taken the time to make this happen, to learn this and to do that for someone else, or in this case, I should say for another 2. And if you haven't, go about making that happen. Attend your next group class and say, hey, I want you to give me a class as if I was dancing with 2. How would I go about doing this? And again, it may feel like you're doing this as if you're a beginner all over again. Once again, kudos to you. This is a representation that you have passed your humility step. So that's good stuff. So again, kudos to you. Amazing job. That's step number 10. Arguably one of the hardest is the next one, step number 11. Versatility. Your ability to be able to adapt considering the circumstances. As we know, or if you don't know, I'll be more than happy to tell you. The salsa umbrella is very large. It has been commercialized as kind of like this singular dance, and that is the furthest from the truth. As kind of this 3 steps pause, if you would, or almost even, I would even go even wider than that. Any Latin music whatsoever to the general population is considered salsa. And us salseros kind of have to take it for what it is. But that's the truth. But as we know, it is much bigger than that. It's much deeper than that. Starting off with Cuba's national dance, which is danzón. Dance contratiempo. It's almost like your Cuban slow dance to the basic waltz step, essentially, right? It's so social. It's such a social dance that you're not even dancing the entire time. Part of the dance is to actually walk with your partner around the dance floor and share in conversation with others that are on the dance floor. It's awesome. We're also talking about 100 years ago. but beautiful nonetheless. Cuban social dance, Cuban waltz. Yes? No turns whatsoever. Danzón. Son, which is a little bit older. Excuse me, a little bit younger. The next danzón had 2 children, cha-cha-cha and son. Yes, also both dance contratiempo, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, or in cha-cha's case, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha, 6, 7, cha-cha-cha. So we want to be able to dance those as well. Then, of course, we have your New York style mambo as it moves to the United States, Eddie Torres style, right? New York style mambo. You have your salsa, your North American salsa en línea. Then you have your cumbia or your South American, right? Which is your back rocks. And then, of course, you have your casino, right? And every single one of these essentially is a representation of your understanding of how the salsa came to be and greatly and genuinely influences whatever style is your favorite, whether that's your mambo, whether that's your casino, whether that's your salsa, your cumbia. Knowing the past and respecting your roots truly gets you to shape and understand how those newer styles came about. And I guarantee you that your growth will be huge once understanding these different dances and being able to represent them physically. And of course, submitting a 3-minute song for every single one of those. That's 7 dances, I believe. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. A danzón, a cha-cha-cha, and a son. That's 3. Then you have your mambo and your salsa and your cumbia. And then, of course, you have your casino, right? Every single one of these are different, all based in your 3 steps pause, for the exception of your cha-cha-cha, which replaces the pause with a cha-cha-cha, a syncopated step. So again, your understanding of all these and being able to represent all of these will truly, truly shape who you are and how you represent yourself on the dance floor and earn you your versatility step. There is not a single person on the dance floor that's at a salsa party that you couldn't connect with if you understand all of those different dances. And last but not least, so you have danced every type of salsa that there is. You've performed on stage. You've not only entered into a competition, but you've won a competition. You can dance with 2 follows. You've attended a multi-day salsa event. Yes, are we understanding how all of this has come about? Of course, at this point you've purchased dance shoes, right? You go out social dancing, not just at your local studio, but at whether it's a local bar or a local club, whatever the case is, and you're connecting with someone new, right? Through this medium which we call social dance, salsa, etc. The last thing is inspiration. To teach a class yourself. For you to teach a class, whether that's in your home, to family, to friends, whoever the case is, you're inspiring others in order to be able to give them the opportunity to start their journey, their salsa experience in their life, however short. Because we know that once you dance one salsa song, you are a success. You don't need to continue, of course, if you don't want to. But for those that do, you're giving them the opportunity to do so. You are inspiring them because of everything that you've done and everything that you've gone through. And of course, more importantly than anything, the person that you've become because of it. Guys, I challenge you. Go ahead and download the Salsa Kings app. Go ahead and check out the journey and all the details basically that I've outlined in this podcast episode. Hit the More tab on the bottom right and you'll see the journey section. Go ahead and open up the journey section and everything is there, including different representations of how the journey looks. We can go ahead and send you whatever style that you'd like, whether it's 1 band, 2 bands, 3 bands, whatever color that you like with the different, whether it's silver steps or gold steps. And we can go ahead and get that sent out to you as long as you submit your proof for those steps that have been completed. I hope this makes sense, guys. I hope you enjoy the explanation, kind of like what I've been through in this process. And I challenge you to embark on this journey with us towards growth into becoming the best salsero and salsera that we can. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.